Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Jay and Will Show. I am Jay.
I'm Will.
And we are back with another video. This time, as we talked about in our previous video, this video is going to be about our general NFL 2021 season predictions. So in this video, we're going to discuss who we have winning each division in the NFL, NFC, AFC, and also who we have making the wild cards. As we know, last year transitioned to 3 wild card teams, so a total of 7 teams per conference to make the playoffs. So we'll discuss the 3 teams that we have making the wild card, and then we'll go from there to discuss who we have in each conference's title games, and then obviously we have in and winning the Super Bowl. So just to keep you guys up to speed, on the Glowstone Sports channel right now, we have our week 2 predictions for this coming up week here in the NFL. We also have our bro Rel has put some Mavs top 5s for each particular guard or a particular position overall. So you should definitely check those out as well. If you haven't caught our reaction video to last week's Cowboys game against the Bucks, that's also up there as well. And we'll definitely have a reaction video up for the upcoming game against the Chargers. But there may be some stuff we have to touch on, particularly with the injury bug that has already played our team.
Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks into the season. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that'll be included in that reaction as well. So please stay tuned to our channel as we're continuing to crank out the content for you guys. So without further ado, we will go ahead and get started. We'll start on the AFC side of things first. And we will start with the AFC North. That's going to be Cleveland, your Baltimore's, your Pittsburghs, and your Cincinnati Bengals. So with that being said, I'll kick it over to you, Will. Who you got winning the AFC North this year?
It's going to be the Browns. Like I said in previous football videos that we've done, I feel like the Browns is one of the more talented rosters in the league. So it's just about them playing up to their skill instead of down to competition, or they got to eliminate the mental errors. Like this past Sunday with the fumbled punt, the late interception as well. So they cleaned up some of those things that cost them that game. I think it just helped them be that much better of a team. But yeah, I got them winning the division this year.
Yeah, same here. There's just not. Obviously, maybe Baltimore would have been an option, but
healthy Baltimore
kind of played them. Yeah, exactly. Healthy Baltimore. So with them not being 100% already, before the season even really gets going, it's going to be hard to, see how they would be able to keep up. And obviously, we saw Cleveland hang around with KC for the better part of the game week 1. So the potential is there if they can keep it together. They haven't even gotten Odell Beckham yet started. He's obviously coming off an injury. He at the time of us recording, he's yet to play. So, having them get to the point to where they're at full strength, and obviously, barring any other potential injuries on the road, they clearly have the better team in the division. And so they should be able to pull this one out unless they just pull a Cleveland. And then obviously that's a different scenario. So yeah, we're 1 for 1 on that one. I have Cleveland as well. AFC South. Tennessee, Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville.
I got Tennessee winning this one. See, I tell you right into my mouth. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
We
ain't got to go long. Yeah, we ain't got to go long with this one. We know who got it.
No, I mean, there's not much to choose from there. And, obviously, I think the Colts may be like the one team that can give them, some trouble as far as a run for their money as far as the division is concerned. But that would mean that you would be depending on Carson Wentz to be healthy the whole year, and don't really see that happening. So, yeah, we got Tennessee as well. AFC East, Buffalo, Miami, Jets, Patriots. This one might be a quick one too, but who you got?
Got the Bills winning this one. It's just like Cleveland, they get out their way and actually play smart football for the full 60, and they would won on Sunday. They're more than talented to be able to win this division, even with the Patriots, because the Patriots still got to get their quarterback situated and everything else. So I got Buffalo winning this one.
3 for 3. I got Buffalo winning as well.
It's just you might as well say 4 for 4.
Yep. Yes, AFC straight chalk. Yeah, I mean that's just not, if we're again all of these picks are obviously assuming everything goes well health wise for the teams we're picking, but if you 100%, there's not a better team touching the AFC or touching Buffalo in the AFC East. So definitely agree with you on there, and obviously the AFC West, not a mystery. Go with the Kansas City Chiefs on that one as well. I'm assuming that's the same for you.
Yep.
Not much to say there. I mean, it is what it is. That one's going to be probably written off indefinitely. Barring health, obviously. Considering they just signed Patrick Mahomes throughout what seems like to 2030 when that extension is for. So it's theirs until they don't want it anymore. So we have our division winners, and as we mentioned earlier in the video, on top of those 4, we also have 3 wild card teams making the playoffs this year. So I'll have you kick us off, and who you have making the wild card for the AFC. Tough.
Yeah, this is a tough one, to be honest. So I have Ravens being able to get in just because Lamar's Lamar. I think he can do enough to get them in, even though they have all these injuries. I have Miami. I think Miami makes it in. The coach is good, even though he doesn't like Tua. I think the team is good enough to make it in, and I say that because they've looked at getting Deshaun Watson.
Right.
I think he didn't want to start him for the longest as well. So it just feels like that's not his guy. That ownership or whoever pushed to get to him. It's kind of young QB.
Right.
Then that last spot. So I have 2 teams for the last spot because I have a team and then I have a team in the parentheses because I think it's going to be tough. I have the Chargers getting in. I think Justin Herbert is very talented. Also like their defense, being able to cause enough issue. I think just overall they'll be able to put together enough to be able to get it done. And then the second team that makes it really tough, I have Pittsburgh in there as well. So I think it's going to end up being either Chargers or Pittsburgh. It's really tough because I feel like even though Big Ben is old and raggedy, that overall Tomlin can coach up that team enough to make it into the postseason.
So I got to make you pick one, you know that, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Or do you want me to go with mine? You want me to go through mine and give you some more time to think about it? Or
yeah.
So, like you, I also have Baltimore winning making it in the wild card round. It's really just like you said. I feel like Lamar Jackson is enough to get them there. Just because that division is not very good, top to bottom at least. Outside of Cincinnati, maybe a wild card. And obviously, you mentioned Pittsburgh, but I just don't have a favorite. So Cincinnati could be one of those teams that kind of beats up some teams and makes it hard for other teams to make it in because that one game we lost against Cincinnati could bite us in the behind. But I think I like Baltimore. Just there's like a Coach Harbaugh just kind of seems to be able to figure it out somehow. And I think if the goal is not so much the division, it kind of takes the pressure off of them to achieve that level of it, and it's just a matter of hanging around well enough to get us in the playoffs for being a wild card. I think they have a chance to do that. I also have the Chargers. Excuse me. The Chargers making the playoffs. I believe in Justin Herbert. I believe in that defense. I believe in where the coach came from the Sean McVay umbrella, being with the Rams last year.
Yeah.
That team was basically a defensive team with Anthony Lynn last year. And we already saw what Herbert did with that. But now you have an offensive-minded coach that's going to be there to mentor this kid and get him, even potentially to an even higher level. And I kind of mentioned this a couple of videos ago. I really feel like that class of QBs that actually had opportunity to have their first full offseason really may have a chance to take that next step, bigger next step than other quarterbacks going from their first year to the second year. So I feel like if they can stay healthy, obviously Derwin James is a problem, Joey Bosa is a problem. That defense is nice. And their offense is obviously great as well. If Eckler can stay healthy and those wide receivers can stay healthy as well, I see them making the wild card for sure. They can't win the division because ain't nobody else can win the division. But
yeah,
they can hang around. They could potentially be like the top wild card seed. But certainly, I definitely see them making the playoffs. And then my last pick, it's kind of a sleeper pick. I'm going with the Raiders. Going with Vegas. Okay. Only because I think there's some potential there for the level of competition they have to go through. Now, I thought about Miami like you did. And I think that there's ultimately going to be issues with that trust issue situation you brought up. Because I think there is something to be said about a quarterback having the confidence of their coach and then kind of helping them play better. But last year we saw him having to kind of play with looking over his shoulder because whenever he made a mistake, they just threw Fitzpatrick in. Yeah. So he didn't really get a chance to go through his growing pains. And so I feel like that could potentially rear its head this year because he will have to go through his adversities for the first time when he should have had the opportunity to do that last year. And I think potentially that could kind of derail them to some degree. Now, they are in a division where they can pick up some wins to kind of give them, an opportunity. But Vegas is just – they obviously shot themselves in the foot in the Monday night game.
Yeah.
And obviously had the opportunity to win in overtime when they probably shouldn't have been able to win against Baltimore. Yeah. But that kind of fluky luck and, I know shout out to Jeff Kelly, he talks about this all the time, how those 50-50 games one year go one way and next year go the other way. Yeah. I feel like that would be one of those games that the Rams would typically lose, but the way things could fall this year, it may end up being in their favor. So I'm picking them to make the wild card now. A ton of confidence, but I'm going with Vegas in the wild card round as well. They get stumped in the first round, but I got them making the playoffs. So those are my wild card, and I gave you a little bit of time. So how you feeling about that last pick you got between Pittsburgh and the Chargers?
Picking the Chargers.
Chargers? All right.
Yeah.
We've been be cool and everything, but all right. So that vein, AFC Championship game.
Yep.
I'll start. I got the Chiefs and the Bills as my AFC title game. I thought about Cleveland, but I just don't want to. I just can't do that right now.
Yeah.
And then I think the Chargers could be a dark horse, making it through the wild card rounds. But I feel like those are going to be I feel like KC will be the 1 seed, Buffalo will be a 2 seed, and they actually meet in the AFC Championship game. I'll have you pick your title game before I say who I have winning them.
I got KC and Browns.
Woo!
I'm trusting the Browns a little bit more this year because they actually proved it last year, getting to the playoffs and actually winning the game. So I'm going Browns. I think they'll take a step up this year. It's not saying that the Bills got worse this year. It's just that they just matchup. They end up having a matchup issue and losing.
And we talked about this a little bit too before, how this is the first year that Baker has the same offensive coordinator and the same play calling and all that from one year to the next.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. And, obviously we'll see because this is Baker's last year of his deal. So this is going to be put up or shut up for him. And so why not pick them? So yeah, that's cool. So I'm gonna guess here. Guess you got the Chiefs coming out of that game.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I think it's going to be even better than what happened this past Sunday. Too. Like it's going to be really good because Brown's going to want that revenge, but KC being KC, just going to be too much.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I got Buffalo beating the Chiefs.
Dang. Josh Allen like that? You got Josh Allen like that?
I feel like something's gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't know what. Like I don't know if I don't want to wish anything on anybody, but I just feel like something may happen in the midst of that game that gives Buffalo. And also I will say that home field matters, and whoever ends up getting that 1 seed.
That is
which is why it's this week losing this game may be bigger than they realize in the long run, because Kansas City eked out that win against Cleveland when they probably should have lost. Yeah. But the Bills couldn't do that to Pitt. So now you're obviously already getting behind them. Obviously it's week 1, but you never know. You just never know. So I think seeding does matter in that game, because you get in Buffalo, it's snowing, and those crazy fans on top of you. Like, not to say that Kansas City can overcome that, but you just never know, bro. Like, that weather they crazy. And Kansas City, obviously, their weather is not always the best, so those things can happen there as well. But I just, man, if Kansas City, Buffalo can find a way to get that 1 seed and have those fans will be insufferable.
The Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia.
Man, that would be fun to watch. It'd be fun to watch. So I'm just dark horse, like throwing it against the wall and see if it sticks. I'm thinking Buffalo, man. I'm hopeful that they can pull it out. But either way, if it's them two in the title game, either one of those title games.
Yeah.
If we get healthy and everybody gets through and makes it safe or makes it to that game, either one of those you can't lose. You can't lose. And I would love to see, man, Cleveland fans deserve it, bro. They've been through so much stuff. Like
they got a championship a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. I hope y'all know. I forgot Bron took it home for him.
Yep.
All right, so that is our right. What did he say? Oh, this is for you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our AFC. We will now kick it over to the NFC. And just like the AFC, we'll start at the North, which that should be a quick one, probably more than likely. I have the Packers winning that division, and I'm assuming you do as well.
I got the Bears. Got Justin Fields taking over. Now I'm
upset special, baby.
I'm playing. I got Packers winning that too. They get off the schneid and get that win, get the division.
Yeah,
it's crazy because everybody in that division lost too. So
so they didn't lose no ground. But that just shows you they're good, because couldn't nobody even get a game on them. Like, you know what I mean? Like if there's in 1 week to get a game on the Packers, it's that week and nobody could do it. So it's like they'll be fine. NFC South, probably a quick one as well, but your Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina.
Is it a quick one?
Is it a quick one?
I don't know.
How you feel?
Because we saw how Jameis was throwing that thing all over the field.
Yes.
And we saw Dak throw it across all over the field on Tampa.
Yes.
And it was like a no-fly zone in New Orleans.
Also true.
And it's hard to bet against Brady, though. I take Tampa.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, come on, man. And like that, they beat the brakes off of New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans beat the brakes off of Green Bay. But I feel like what happens, and New Orleans' defense is fantastic. Like, and they made it clear. I'm just curious as to, inevitably when Jameis has that bad game, how they respond. How does he respond? Yeah. Is there another controversy again, which it shouldn't have been in the first place? But I feel like Sean Payton has like this I don't know if Taysom Hill has like pictures of him doing something, like some kind of blackmail or something.
Yeah.
But he's got some sort of infatuation with him that feels like, despite the fact that Jameis is clearing the way, showing that he's the better quarterback, his lease may be shorter than it should be. And so who knows how that goes. But I'd rather take the sure thing in Tampa Bay, unfortunately. But yeah, I got Tampa Bay winning the division as well. All right. I would normally say this one for last, but it's not the most interesting one, so we're going to just go ahead and go into it. Right. NFC East.
I got them boys.
Yeah, so we're straight across on that one. I talked about this a little bit in the week two prediction video. Philly scares me, but not enough to think that we can win a division. And, you know, if we can just, I mean, if we can't, seem like somebody disappears every week, or not even every week. It's been more. It's only been 1 week. We're in the second week, and we already got people falling off the face of the earth. So who knows what happens? Obviously, at the day we record this, we found out that DeMarcus Lawrence has a broken foot and is out indefinitely. So we don't know how that's going to shake out. And also, Randy Gregory is on the COVID list right now, so he may not play on Sunday. So we may be with our two best pass rushers on against a team who has a really good offensive line already. So we'll see. Knock on wood. But we both have the Cowboys win this division. Now, this is the fun part right here. The best division in football, in my opinion.
Yep.
NFC West.
It's not an opinion. It's a fact.
It is. I'm trying to be nice. Yeah, it's head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah.
I got the Rams winning this division.
Me too.
You do too?
Yeah. That defense is really good.
That's what's so
a quarterback that can actually push the ball downfield.
Yeah, look that and then we talked about it in the week two prediction video, but that defense, man, and just the way like I talked about before, we discussed this in that video. Them moving Jalen around, I think, just unlocked a different potential for that defense.
Yeah, and
having them play at a different level, and also having, like you said, actual quarterback who is legitimate and can move the ball down the field and knows how to read defense. That just spells a lot of doom and gloom for the division, but we also know like that division will beat each other up. So ain't nobody coming out there with like a 12-5 record. Like they're gonna beat each other up. So we both have them there. So that's awesome. Now the fun part is the wild card. So you went first in the first one, so I'll go first in this one. I have the Cardinals making the playoffs in the wild card. I also have Seattle making the playoffs in the wild card. And my dark horse, I got the Eagles making the playoffs.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one. You got two NFC East in the playoffs.
I got two NFC East. I think that the West should have 4 teams in the playoffs. Honestly, they all should be in there. But I do think that they beat each other up too much. That their record keeps that from being possible. And that kind of leaves the door open for another team. I don't see a team in the North. I don't see a team in the South. Maybe New Orleans, maybe would be that other potential pick. And it would have been Washington if it weren't for Fitzpatrick going down. I don't know how they're going to overcome that, considering he's out for, I think we said 6 to 8 weeks. So that's a good chunk of the season. And obviously Heineken may be okay, but if they thought he was that good, they wouldn't have brought Fitzpatrick in. So that's going to be an issue, I think. And I think Philadelphia's defense showed up again. I know it's just Atlanta, but their defense was really good against Atlanta. And obviously Jalen looked like Dak his rookie year. So, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, got a rookie head coach, so it's really hot take probably. But I got the Eagles winning the playoffs. I got Arizona, I got Seattle, and I got Philadelphia.
Okay. For me, I have Cardinals and Seattle going in, just like you. But I have New Orleans being at last. They might not be the last, but they're going to be in the third team in the wild card. The I think the big part of that is because the NFC South is playing the NFC East this year and the AFC East. So I think that they'll be able to beat up some mediocre teams to be able to get the wins. While the when it comes to the Eagles, they'll have to deal with the juggernaut of the Bucks, of the Saints, and then we have the AFC West as well. So I think that's what will end up making it really tough for the Eagles to make it in, and that's why uh, New Orleans will be able to make it in.
You know, a game that I like, just looking at this now, I would really love to see. And I did not think I would say that a week ago. Eagles and the Saints would be a really fun game to watch.
Oh yeah.
A really fun game to watch. Because now it's like, okay, who's going to start? Who's quarterback?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's too early to form an opinion, I think, on Philly defense because they didn't play the Falcons, but
yeah,
they look good, man. They look really good. And I don't know if that's a result of Atlanta just being that bad or if it's Philly being that good. So obviously we'll see as the weeks to come. But yeah, hard to argue any of those picks. So AFC title game. Who you got in the title game for it? Come on, NFC.
Get the Rams, and I would love it for it to be the Cowboys finally. But I got Tampa.
Same.
And it's I'm not 100% sure with that. It's kind of like that. I just feel New Orleans. I feel New Orleans. I think that they'll be able, like, because they just got hit by this hurricane. So I feel like they're going to be playing up a notch just for the city. Like, hey, this for the city, so we got to show up, show out. And so I think every time they play Tampa, it's going to be a drag out fight. So, and they might end up playing 3 times this year with the playoffs being that 3rd time. But yeah, I got Tampa and the Rams.
Yeah, same here. I just feel like the Rams got their missing piece, and they'll be able to make some noise in the NFC. So yeah, I have Tampa Bay and the Rams as well. But I don't got them beating the Rams. I don't got them beating Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I got Tampa Bay coming out the NFC again to beat the Rams in that game. Who you got?
I got Rams winning.
Woo!
The last time that Jalen Ramsey played Tom Brady in the playoffs, they had a really good game. And it was just a fluky sense that they ended up losing that game. Just if they had a better quarterback, they probably would have won that game.
Yes.
So he's on the team that has a great defense, a smarter quarterback than what Jacksonville had. So I think that they'll end up beating this year.
So you have the Rams and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I have Tampa Bay and Buffalo. I have Tampa winning again.
Ooh.
Look, until he proves he can't do it.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet. So LA Rams versus Kansas City Chiefs in your Super Bowl. Who's coming out?
I got Rams winning. Kansas City, I don't think has enough defense to be able to beat the Rams. They got offense, but you still got to get a stop here and there.
So Rams win all this year, huh?
Yeah, I got the Rams.
It's possible.
I hate it too because I like Mahomes. You know, my homie. I want him to have more Super Bowls than Tom Brady.
Do you think there is a narrative that starts after that? If he's gone to, at that point, it would be back-to-back Super Bowl losses for him.
Nah,
anybody gonna say, "Oh, is he has the league figured him out?"
Nah,
you know that's gonna be
Because if the league figured him out, he wouldn't have made it to the
he would have made Super Bowl. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And
But
what
I think
that means he would have been to the Super Bowl, what, 3 out of 5 years starting, 4 years starting?
3 out of
Actually, it was 4
4. No,
because the
4
one.
out of 5. Because no wait.
Yeah, it'd be 3 if they go this year.
Oh no, wait, no, they went.
They
lost to the
on that bogus defensive
offside.
penalty.
Yeah. So yeah. But
yeah.
So is that 4 would that be 4 in a row? Because they won one
championship game. No, they lost to them in a divisional round. That was the year that Jacksonville ended up beating and either end up going to the championship game.
Oh, that was the same year?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was.
I mean, it had to have been, right? Because they went to the title. That was the AFC title game. Was the Jaguars and the Patriots?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. So So it'd be 3 out of 4 then. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Dang. Just AFC. I feel sorry for y'all. I mean, I don't know what you do. Because they ain't going nowhere. Only person that's kind of old is Kelsey, because I think he's like 32. But outside of that, them boys is young, and they're not going. I don't see that group being the group that's like, no, I want to go somewhere else to get paid more money. They seem like they know, like, my bread is butter here with Andy Reid, and so
keep it going.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Go ahead.
Give me a second. Trying to see. Oh no, that was a championship game.
Which one?
That was a conference championship game.
So that game must have been the Jazz game must have been the year before.
Yeah, it had to have been. Yeah, because they played the Chargers before that. So yeah, it had to have been the year before.
So then it would be.
Dang,
it'd be 4 straight title games.
Yeah, conference title game.
Yeah,
you can't say they figured him out if he's made it to the title.
4 in a row, 4 in a row, and that's nuts. Because I want to say that, because I think that year that the Jacksonville game happened was his rookie year. I think that was his rookie year. Because I don't think he started until the following year. And I think the year he started is when they started their run. I think this is his 5th year, or this will be his 5th year.
Yeah.
God.
So
because.
So it's a year prior. It was the year prior. Yeah, because, looking at it, 2017, they lost in the, man, listen. Jacksonville should have won that game.
They should have won that game. If they had anybody besides Blake Bortles.
Anybody else? You're just looking at it, yeah.
All right. Anything else you got, man?
Just I just don't want Tampa Bay to win another championship. Bro, they just won a Stanley Cup again. So how
they did, which is annoying as hell.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup and Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's sick. After not winning anything forever.
Yeah.
Except for the Rays. But you're right. Tampa Bay they don't need all that love.
They're trying to challenge Boston for Title Town. It's just craziness.
No, we're not going that far. But I hope you're right, because I don't want them to win. But damn.
It's hard to bet against them.
It's hard, bro. Like, even with us, like, week 1, just kind of giving them essentially all we had. But again, you make that field goal, you make the extra point. Who knows?
Might be different. Yeah.
But those are the kind of games that championship teams win, where it's like that team that loses is like, oh, we would have just did this, we would have just did that. Whereas they actually did those things, and we didn't. So, we'll see how it goes. But I think having this extra week, it's just going to be a lot of fun, man. more stuff for us to talk about and discuss. Like I said, I just got red zone for the first time this year, so I'm excited about that. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit more excited about my fantasy team than I was this past week. A little bit more. But that's going to be it for us, guys. Once again, appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Close on Sports, Close on Geeked. 4, the number 4 in your ambition. Please subscribe to them all. We appreciate you guys as always. For Will, I am Jay, and we are out.